Hi everyone, long time no talk. I have been in Tennessee now for 2.5 weeks. Moved down here from New Hampshire. Just starting to kind of get things settled, but there's a little mishap with my apartment, so I got to look at a different one tomorrow within the complex and see if I like it. And if I like it, I'm gonna end up moving there. So it's just like two buildings down, so it won't be horrible. But since I have moved down, it's funny because I find that in the midst of it all, and I've been so busy, like working and training and driving, it's like everything. I wanted to be in the city, but it's like everywhere I need to go feels like it's so far away. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but like where I lived in New Hampshire, everything was like within a half an hour, right? Here, I have to drive 2 hours to my friend's house, an hour to work when I go into Pigeon Forge. Like, I don't know, it's just, I'm not used to driving that much. Anywho, I will get over it. So, but in the reflecting part of things, I remember I go back to 2010, the year that my dad died, and I remember how I felt and how sad I was. And I ended up moving to Florida. So my dad died in July, and then my dog died in September. My first dog on my own. He was my baby. I loved him. Then he died, and I just moved to Florida in October. I also hated my job. At the same time, it was just not for any reason other than it was very overwhelming for me, and I couldn't handle it with everything else going on in my life. I was also like 24 years old, so a long time ago. So I moved to Florida, and I was with my mom. So her and I got a place down there together, and then she moved across the street from me. So we had each other, we shared a car. I got a job, a really good job. I made some really great friends. But I remember I couldn't stop crying all the time. And I kept calling my friend, one of my friends back home, and telling her about how sad I was and how lonely I was. But yet I was having like the time of my life, and I didn't understand how I could feel this sad and empty and lonely, but be having so much fun at the same time. I didn't get it, you know? So needless to say, that only lasted 2 years, and I moved back home against my mother's wishes. She did not want to come back home, but she was also on oxygen. She didn't have anybody down there to take care of her. So I told her, I said, I'm going home. You have to come with me because you're not staying down here alone. So she came back with me, and I'm just reflect on that move. You know what I mean? Opposed to this move. And the difference is where I'm at in my life now. That's the big difference. And within the first couple of weeks, me and my mom, we went exploring, we went looking around all kinds of different places. And this time, I feel like I just really want to get settled into my new place. I want to get comfortable. I really want to get to know my neighbors. I want to get to know the people at work that I'm working with. And then, I'm going to be here for a while. So then I'm going to go explore. And it's just so funny where your priorities, or my priorities rather, lie now. Where it's just a huge reflection of healing, right? In 2010, I literally ran away from what I thought would not follow me everywhere that I went, which was my own head, right? I was upset because my dad died, my dog died. I had a great job, but I just didn't like it. It was very overwhelming for me. I struggled with it badly. I didn't have, I struggled with relationships then. And I ran away. And now in my life, I get this, sudden job opportunity. And it's like, for the past probably 10 years, I would have to say I've always envisioned myself living in Tennessee, even before I got this job offer. So, I mean, it's all like manifestation, which is great. But the process in which I'm going through now that I'm here, opposed to when I was in Florida, it's just kind of cool to look back and see that growth in yourself and reflect on that. And what's even more important about that is that I celebrated that. I didn't have anybody to celebrate with, but I was like, you know what? I really want to celebrate this huge milestone in my life, reflecting on how much I have grown since I was 24 years old, where I was the Joey running away from everything and had no idea how to cope with anything, to the Joey now that is excited to grow. And I'm looking forward to opportunities and meeting new people and all of that, right? So I just went down to the store. I grabbed a 6-pack of Modelo. I had a couple beers out on my balcony, and that's literally how I celebrated. But it was nice, and I enjoyed it, and I felt great, and I felt like I just was taking it all in. So it's just a great way to kind of explain to you where I'm at in my own head now, opposed to when I was 24, and some of the things to look for when maybe you might be in that same situation, right? You're losing people, loved ones, animals. Your job is not great. You're going through stuff, relationships, divorce, anything like that. It doesn't matter where you go physically. It matters where you go mentally, right? You can sit there and be like, well, I'm going to sell my house and move to Florida and I'm going to start all over. Yeah, good luck. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, because everything that's wrong with you is here and it's going to follow you everywhere you go, because you cannot get rid of it. So if you want to start all over, you have to start here, and then wherever you physically go, it will be what you would ever have dreamed it to be. So anyways, I just wanted to, this is kind of a long video, but let you know that I'm back. I'm hoping to get my videos back up at least once every other week right now. I'm still working on organizing my office and getting my life coaching back up and on track. So hopefully after this weekend, I'll be able to settle down a little bit more once I look at that other apartment and figure out what I'm going to do. So, keep an eye out for videos. I'm going to do every other week. I'm going to shoot for that right now. I'm so sorry if I don't end up getting that, but that's what I'm going to shoot for. But anyways, have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys soon.